It is 1-1 between Marnitz Hawks and Jamiel Jacobs. This is the losers qualification. Winner here goes to the finals. They will face Craig Bauer, that already secured his position in the finals of the 9-ball nationals. Beautiful stroke from Marnitz. You'd like that cue ball to go a little bit more forward on that, but I am sure this isn't too much for him. Really letting his stroke out. It is a race to 7. That puts Marnitz 2-1 in front.
These 2 racks to 1, 4th rack, Jamiel to break. Time run.
It is Jamiel's break. Trying to make the 1 ball into the middle pocket. He had a very good hit on that break. Unfortunately, he lost the cue ball, scratched in the corner pocket. Great opportunity for Marnitz. Only problem ball is the 5 orange. A little bit hampered onto the 9.
Time run.
It's going to draw this straight back. Just needs to miss the middle pocket. And should be perfect in line for the 2. Beautiful draw. Couldn't have done that any better. Not sure if the 5 ball can pass. Does have a shot into the middle pocket on the 5. Or will he try to move it? One good thing, the free ball gives you that perfect angle to be able to disturb the 9 and the 5. Marnitz is really cueing quite well this morning. Shooting the ball with full authority. And he looks focused and sharp up for this match. Jamiel will have his hands full. Marnitz needs to draw this back into the same area where the cue ball is now. That's what he does. He's got a shot. Now, these middle pockets do play extremely tight. This is no gimme. Beautiful shot from Marnitz. And that's what he wants. Puts a lot of pressure on Jamiel. Any mistake gets punished. Beautiful stroke. That puts Marnitz 3-1 up against Jamiel. It is a race to 7. Winner goes through to face Craig Bauer in the finals. Jamiel losing the cue ball again, almost scratched. But he did get away. 8 ball in line with the 1. So Marnitz would probably play a push shot. This isn't a easy push shot because you might leave the 1 on. And it certainly looks like it can drop from the 5. That's why he's taking it on. He's playing a jump. Beautiful jump, but he did way too hard. Both balls off the table. Jamiel should be able to run out here. He hasn't really made any mistakes yet, but he's trailing 4-1. He's rolling through for the gap. Not sure if I like that shot. So now it's awkward position for the 5 ball. Always want to leave yourself angles so you don't have to overwork the cue ball. That's where mistakes creeps in. Again, definitely not ideal, and that's what I mean. You need to give yourself angles so you don't have to work the cue ball that much. It's so tough to control. Jamiel is really letting this slip. Not sure he's capable of getting down onto the 6. And he should just drink his medicine, roll it in, play good safety on the 6 ball. That's exactly what he wanted, but he hit this way too soft. That was a terrible shot from Jamiel. You had to make sure you're on the left side of the table. Plays a kick, gets away with it. He actually wanted to hit that ball from the back. Jamiel's attempting a combo. He gets it. What a great shot that was. He'll be pleased with that.
Feeling like love's brand new. Every touch, every sigh is true. In your arms, the world slows down. Only your heart, I hear that sound. This love, it got me feeling like love's brand new. Every touch, every sigh is true. In your arms, the world slows down. Only your heart, I hear that sound. This love, it got me feeling like love's brand new. Every touch.
Marnitz break. We haven't really seen them figuring out the break properly. That's a beautiful hit for Marnitz, controlling the 2 ball in the pocket. Slightly hampered. That 3 ball is tied up. He does have an angle on the 2 to run into that cluster, but this can go wrong. I think he should definitely go for it. Decides just to roll it in, take on to the middle. Not sure if he likes this. He might play the safety. Just double it up table, freeze the cue ball behind the 5. He overhit that completely. That's a huge mistake from Marnitz. I think the right shot was there to play the 2 and run into the cluster. Give yourself some options. This is exactly what Jamiel wants. Wow. Jamiel got away with that. Have no clue how that ball dropped. Forcing it in. The 8 ball does tend to help a little bit. Just don't want to overcut it. Can rather use the cushion off the 8. Don't want to hit this 8 ball directly. That's exactly what he did. Use the cushion. There's no need to get down completely. You can just leave the cue ball in the middle of the table. That gives you an easy position shot on the 9. He plays it straight down. Great shot. Again, a bit straight. Needs to work this cue ball. That's where it's sometimes easier just leaving the cue ball in the middle. Let the cue ball do the work for you. Beautiful draw. Perfect position. He'll be pleased with that. And that puts him trailing with 1 frame.
Marnitz needs 4 racks to 3. Jamiel to break.
That's one thing, Jamiel. You will have to scrape him off this table. He never gives up, never quits, always fighting. Decide to hit the one ball full on. And he scratches again. Just can't avoid those pockets.
Foul. Ball in hand. Time running.
Cue ball needs to travel a bit of distance finishing this route. Needs an angle, wants a big bounce. Should be good enough. Top right, hitting it through. 1, 2, 3 rails. He overhits this. That's not ideal at all. It's got a thin cut on the 3. Hopefully the cue ball is in position. Controlled that really nicely. Marnitz can't afford any mistakes. Just needs to pass the 7. Doesn't need to do too much. Smart shot. Avoids the 7 completely. Leaving himself a little bit more tricky pot. But he backs himself. He knows he's capable of making these balls. Beautiful stroke. Marnitz really showing some grit here. The winner will face Craig Bauer in the finals of the 9-ball nationals. He could be relieved with that shot. That barely dropped. That is 5-3. Jamiel just a little bit careless on those breaks. Scratched twice, flirted with the pocket. On the third one, needs to get control of that. There's Marnitz's break. And he's been hitting them quite well.
Ninth rack. Marnitz needs 5 racks to 3. Time running.
He's hit that a bit too thin. Missing the 1 ball. But he hasn't given Jamiel a straightforward shot. Left him a jump. Has to get it. He can play a push, but not sure where do you leave it. So if he makes this jump, he has a potential run out. Wow, hit that so well. Just didn't get it. This is Marnitz's chance to extend his lead. Getting on that hill. He is really striking the ball so pure at the moment. These little shots, you just don't want to be on the wrong side of it. Just make sure. Sometimes easy finishes can get difficult. Not sure if he wanted to be on this side of the 5. And he misses it. That is a terrible miss from Marnitz. And that's what I mean. The wrong side on the 5 left him a very awkward shot into a blind pocket. He overcuts it. Got away with that miss, but I'm sure Jamiel is just happy to be back at the table, even if it's a kick. Always make the best with what you got. He caught that a little bit thicker than what he would like. Now, can Marnitz make this? Needs to avoid the 8 ball and 9 ball. Is he playing this into the middle? That's an extremely difficult shot. Plays it perfectly. Got a little bit lucky. Nicking the 9. Still being on the 6. Doesn't need to do too much. That is perfect. That little angle is so important to stun this off the cushion. So the last thing you want is bridging on the cushion. This 9 ball to put him on the hill. Great few shots from Marnitz, clearing up that rack. Jamiel hasn't been breaking well in this match at all, giving Marnitz a huge advantage. Jamiel trying to figure out how to hit this rack. That's the right way. Made 2 balls off the break. Just see the 1 ball. This is Jamiel's chance. Just needs to take ball by ball and have some hope. This is such a cruel game we can play sometimes. But he has turned it around against Marnitz. Yesterday, he was trailing with 3 frames, got it back to a decider. Exactly the same situation as now. So Marnitz will have that in his back mind. That was terrible cueing from Jamiel. Definitely can't afford mistakes like that. It's not easy at all for Marnitz. You'll see many misses happens when you have to bridge on the rail, shooting down on the cue ball. Marnitz misses that completely, but flicks the 8 ball. As Gary Player would say, the more I play, the luckier I get. Definitely showing with Marnitz. That is a huge break for Marnitz. Just needs to compose himself on this finish. It's all in his hands, securing his spot into the finals. Looking at drawing it into the cushion. That is the correct way. This way you won't underdraw it. Needs a bounce. Marnitz is playing some intelligent pool. Really great shots. Running it around the 9. Didn't want that nick. Made things a little bit more difficult than it should be. In the heart of the pocket, that secures Marnitz's spot into the finals.